tuning in for the review of the best products available today. These models were chosen from a large variety of products based on their overall performance and review of thousands of consumers that have purchased them through countless hours of research, side-by-side comparisons. It's believed that the following products are indeed the best on the market today. Please take a moment to follow the product links listed below to each product for more information. Sit back and relax while you watch the best highly recommended products for this year.
Hey everybody, Al Noriker here for KastKing. You know, since KastKing first began, we have been a leader in the fishing industry when it comes to selling fishing lines, whether it be monofilament, Fluorocoat, or certainly our braided lines. In fact, we're one of the largest sellers on Amazon today of fishing lines. So the one thing that we've been missing from the very beginning is to have a great quality fluorocarbon, true 100% fluorocarbon fishing line. But what I have to show you today is the new Kovert fluorocarbon line. Brand new from KastKing, 100% fluorocarbon line, made in Germany from a factory that is absolutely one of the world leaders in the technology for building true fluorocarbon fishing lines. You know, it took us a while to come out with a fluorocarbon line, but we waited until we found what we felt was going to be the highest quality fluorocarbon fishing line for our customers and our fans. So we have that now. Now the Kovert is going to be available in two different sizes. We're going to have a 200-yard spool and we're going to have a 50-yard spool. The 200-yard spools are going to be available from 4 pounds all the way up to 30 pounds. Perfect for filling casting reels, a lot of spinning reels, but if you need to fill a complete reel with fluorocarbon line or just need a little bit more line, the 200-yard spools of Kovert are going to be perfect for you. If you just need leader material, we're going to have this available from 4 up to 50-pound test in the 50-yard spools. And I'm going to show you on the 200-yard spools. I love this feature because they're going to have this really nice leader dispenser or line dispenser built right into the packaging. It's going to be very easy for you to manage this line. It's not going to be laying all over your boat or in your tackle bag. This leader dispenser is a really nice feature inside the box of Kovert. Now let's talk a little bit about why you should be using fluorocarbon. So, you know, fluorocarbon lines have become very popular. The main reason most people go to a fluorocarbon is they want line that is truly invisible under the surface of the water. The reason fluorocarbon line is virtually invisible under the surface is that the light refraction index of fluorocarbon material is about the same as water, which makes it virtually invisible. Some of the other advantages of fluorocarbon include the fact that it is extremely sensitive. So it's kind of like using a braided line, except in this case, totally invisible. The fluorocarbon line matches up very well as a leader with braided lines, super lines of some sort, so that you don't lose that sensitivity that you're gaining with a braided line. Some of the other things about fluorocarbon that are really, really important is that fluorocarbon lines are about 80% heavier than water. It makes it sink faster. Now, if you're a fly fisherman and you want to, and you're casting dry flies, you never want to use a fluorocarbon line because that fluorocarbon line will actually sink and take your fly down. But if you're a traditional fisherman and you want line that sinks faster to reach a little bit deeper in depth or keep it lower to the bottom, fluorocarbon is a perfect choice. Another characteristic of fluorocarbon is that it's virtually waterproof. So unlike braided lines or even monofilament that will absorb some water, fluorocarbon line is 100% waterproof. So it has the same characteristics wet as it does dry. That's a very important feature. Now, let's talk about a couple things that are, in some cases, misconceptions about fluorocarbon line. And the first is the stretch. Most of us think that fluorocarbon line doesn't stretch as much as mono. Well, it does stretch. The difference between mono and fluorocarbon is that it takes a little bit more shock, a little more energy to get fluorocarbon to start stretching. But once you've done that, it will stretch as well. Now, a lot of times, because fluorocarbon is 100% invisible under the surface of the water, we can use a little bit thicker line, right? So when you're using a little heavier or thicker diameter line, they obviously don't stretch as much as thinner diameter lines. Same goes with abrasion resistance. If you're using a heavier line, it is tougher, has a little more abrasion resistance. But fluorocarbon itself, because it is such a fine material and such a slick coating, you can damage that even while tying knots. So it's really, really important that when you're tying a knot using a fluorocarbon line, you do one thing. You've got to make sure that that knot is wet. You don't want to tie dry knots with fluorocarbon or you can damage that. So, and that's not just with Kovert, that's with any fluorocarbon line out there. So really important is when you're tying knots with fluorocarbon, make sure you get that line wet. So you have the advantage with all fluorocarbon lines, especially with Kovert, that it's highly sensitive, really sensitive, much like braid, and much more than mono. It's virtually invisible under the surface of water because the light refraction index matches the water. It's 80% heavier than water, so it sinks faster, but it's great for applications where you want to get your bait down closer to the bottom. Fluorocarbon lines are really important for that. So finally, folks, to all our fans out there, it's been a long time coming, but we have it for you now. The new KastKing Kovert 100% fluorocarbon fishing line through Amazon, every place.
Hello, fishing friends. Tom at KastKing, Chief Marketing Officer for the company. I wanted to tell you a little bit about our amazing company story. We started out of a two-car garage on Long Island, New York with one product, our KastKing SuperPower braid. With that, we launched into 160 countries worldwide using our business model of manufacturer to consumer. What does that do? It gives affordable innovation to our products for you, the consumer. We developed, since that time, other new braided fishing lines, our Maxton 8, our SuperCast 9, and today we're here to tell you about something even more special. It's our new braided line that we're very excited about. It's our KastPro braided line, made in the USA. It's very interesting how it's made. Let's take a look.
Hey everybody, my name is Al Norriker. I'm the Director of Product Development for KastKing Fishing, and today I'm here in our USA factory showing you our brand new KastPro Spectra braid. I'm really proud to show you this line, and I have a feeling that this is very soon going to be your favorite braided line. I want to take you on a little tour around the factory. Why don't you follow me? Let's take a look. The bobbin winding process is the starting point to building a high-quality braid. The raw material, in this case Spectra fibers, are taken from the bulk package and then wound onto a small ratchet bobbin, which is used in the braiding process. The material is wound onto the bobbin in a uniform, even tension winding process to ensure a consistent tension throughout the braid. This also ensures that the finished braid will have the maximum tenacity as the fibers are all pulling uniform weight. The bobbins are then placed on the braiding machines where they'll spend the next 7 to 14 days depending on the braid's finished break strength and diameter. The braiding process is the slowest process in the production of a braid. The average braid time is only 15 yards of material per hour. So that means it takes about 20 hours to braid enough KastPro line to fill a 300-yard biospool. The braiders are balanced using calibrated techniques to ensure the highest quality with a uniform finish diameter. The coating that is applied to the braid is the most important and proprietary process in producing a braided line. The better the coating, the longer the life of the line. The coating aids in abrasion resistance, knot strength, and allows the line to have better handling properties. Typical coatings are water-based, but we use a biosolvent-based coating that permeates and wicks into the braid rather than just riding on top of the braid. This gives a more uniform coating, better color, and longer coating line while staying flexible, allowing for maximum casting distance and durability. The multi-winding process is employed to provide a uniform tension onto the line to allow the consumer to fill their reels without fear of loose tension against the arbor. This process also ensures maximum efficiency. And as you can see here, we are spooling the new KastPro line on our wheat-based biospool. So that's a quick look at how we make KastPro Spectra braid, but the story sure doesn't end there. To ensure that every angler has an incredible experience with KastPro, we test every production run throughout the entire process to ensure the highest possible quality. In fact, our USA production facility is ISO 9001 certified and is the only braid factory that is certified to aerospace AS 9100 standards. And that should certainly give you 100% confidence that you're using simply the best braided line possible when you spool your reels with KastKing KastPro Spectra braid. KastKing biospools are made with wheat straw waste products and replace traditional hard plastic spools. This wheat straw byproduct remains after wheat grain is harvested, and depending on heat moisture and soil content, the biospool will eventually decompose in a landfill environment.
Well, that was a lot of fun, right? I think you probably learned a lot about making braid, and we are so proud about making our KastPro Spectra braid right here in America. We know that by using the best possible raw materials and utilizing industry-leading manufacturing techniques, fishermen around the world are going to expect that KastPro is the very best line they can use, and they'll look for that every time a big tournament's on the line, or simply when you need to have the very best results, which most fishermen want to make sure they have every day. My name is Al Nork, and for everybody at KastKing, thanks for watching, and we'll look to see you on the water very soon.